Hello, this is Betty with Bain Group, and today we'll be looking at how to find available meeting times and comparing Outlook and Teams. Here are some points we will be covering today: how to add a shared calendar to Outlook, create a new meeting on Outlook, and creating a new meeting on Teams. So let's get started. Go ahead and open up your Outlook desktop and click on the tab where you see the calendar icon at the very bottom left. Make sure you are in the home ribbon. You will see a group called Manage Calendars, and you will then see an action item called Add Calendars. Once you add someone's calendar, you don't have to do this step again. So go ahead and select from Address Book. And these are all the people that you can, it's either groups or people or channels that you can add to a shared calendar. So for this one, I will be adding Alex Wilbert. If you double click on their name, it should appear at the very bottom where it says calendar, and then select OK. Couple seconds, you should see that the person that you added should be parallel to your calendar. Now, if you see that maybe this is a little confusing to find or hard to find a time slot, you can easily select this left arrow, which will give you an overlay mode, which is now both your calendars are overlapping each other. So now let's find a time slot. Let's go ahead and find a time slot that works for both of us. So I want a recurring meeting every Friday at 10 a.m. So if you click on the day and the time where you actually want the meeting to start, that would be a lot easier. Go ahead and click on that. So that I went ahead and clicked on my time. Go into the new meeting. Right below the new meeting, it's going to say meeting with all. So go ahead and select that one. This is all of the details that you want your attendee to see. I went ahead and gave my meeting a title. Now, required are all the people that are required to attend the meeting. Optional are any people that could join the meeting but are not required to attend the meeting. The start time is when you want the meeting to begin. The time zone, if you are working with people outside of your time zone, instead of figuring out what time you should meet, there's no need. Outlook actually does it for you. You could have this meeting for the whole day, therefore your whole day will be blocked off. Or and then your end time, this is when your meeting will end. And let's say if you want more than just half an hour meeting, go ahead and extend that meeting to an hour. And then I want this meeting to reoccur every Friday, and I don't want to continue to do this every Friday. So go ahead and make it recurring. It's just going to confirm the time that you have in the previous screen. So go ahead, just confirm it. Yes, I want it at 10 a.m. Yes, I want it to end at 11. Yes, I want it for an hour, weekly, and I only want it once a week, every Friday. And the range of the recurrence. So this is when it starts, and then the end time. So this is when the day of this meeting will end. Or you can make it occurrences, meaning after 25 meetings, then stop this reoccurrence, or you could give it a no end date. You would just have to come back in here and cancel it if you need to cancel it in the future. So let's go ahead and do no end date for now. Go ahead, and then it's going to just specify that this is a recurring meeting. Location, if you do have a specific location where you want to meet for this purpose, we actually said we're going to go through Teams. We're going to use Teams, so just select the Teams meeting. It will give you the Teams meeting breakdown description of what they will need, and also give them a objective, a calendar, an agenda, something where they know what this meeting is about, how can they prepare. And this is how you set up a meeting through Outlook. You should see now that your meeting now appears on your calendar. And then as for them, it appears tentative. They still have to go in there and approve your meeting. Go ahead and open up your Teams desktop and make sure you are within the Calendar tab. Now, there are two ways of you setting up a meeting through Teams. You can either go in through the new meeting. Right below that, it's going to say schedule a meeting. So that's one way. Another way is if you actually click on the date and the time when you want this meeting to start. So let's say Friday at 2 p.m. If you just click once, this new meeting details will appear. Now, unfortunately, what you can't see through here is the availability of your attendee. Now, the way that you can see that is by going into the scheduling assistant and inside the add required attendees, go ahead and add your required attendees. So for this one, it's going to be Alex. And then Alex's calendar will now appear below yours. So you will see that at 2, Alex does not have any meetings. Now, if you want to go ahead and extend this meeting to an hour, if you go ahead and extend this, it will expand it for an hour. Now you can go back into your details and add the rest of the information in. I went ahead and added a title to the calendar. This is my required attendee. You can add your optional attendees here. This is the day and the time that your meeting will start and end. If you want it all day. Now, this is something different that Outlook does not do, is give you suggestions on when to change this meeting and then repeat. Again, this is the recurrence, same as Outlook. Something different that Outlook does not have is that you can actually add a channel to this meeting detail. So let's go ahead and say we want to add the marketing. So it will also notify the marketing channel that there is a reoccurring meeting. Location, you could also add a location here. Now for this, we're actually using Teams, and you can add your agenda below at the body. Once you are all done, you can go ahead and select send. And that is how to set up a meeting through Teams. Thank you again for joining me in this tips and tricks video. If you found this video helpful, please hit the subscribe button and we will see you next time. Hasta luego.